Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Manifest Those Podcast. Happy to see everybody. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Just waiting for people to come on in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Manifest Those Podcast. Happy to see everybody. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Just waiting for people to come on in. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Welcome. We are live. We are live. Yeah. As y'all can hear, I'm trying to listen to the audio in the background because y'all know how I feel about audio. I'm petrified, and I mean really about audio and it being right. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make sure that everything is good, man. Welcome. I know it's about okay. Yeah. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Dun, 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 dun. Um, wow, I forgot to download. Let me see. I'm gonna actually take my chances. Hold on for a second. All right. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Waiting for everybody to come in. See who's up. Early birds. Early birds get the worm, y'all. Let me see. I want to upload a track. I don't know if they're gonna. Oh, it's uploading. I said I wasn't gonna play no more music up here. I said I wasn't gonna do it. Wake up, sleepy birds, sleepy heads. I know people at work, same time. So am I. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Glad to be at work. And this thing be playing me sometime. All right, let's see if I can hear it. I don't want it too loud. Yeah, I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that. Yeah, I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that. Nah. Not on StreamYard. All right, y'all. It's about 10:33. What's up? Just waiting for people to come on in. I know I sent out notifications, so we'll see what happens. What's going on? See if anyone's coming on. Notifications, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We're about to come on. Happy Monday, everybody. We're all at work. It's good to see everybody. We'll bring you some good content today. It's about the art of setting goals and the task of execution, starting strong, finishing even stronger. What's going on, y'all? If you can, just like and share your page. I want to say, I think somebody's on YouTube. Mel, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my guy. Good morning, brother. Good morning. About to come on. I see two coming on. All right, everybody's coming in. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Manifest Thoughts Podcast. My bro's on the line. Hey, it's good to see everybody. I'm so happy to see you. And we're about to appear in about the next, could I say it like this? 30 seconds? Yeah, let's do that. About 30 seconds. Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Monday. It just feels so good to be at work. And before we get started, let me know what you're drinking. Guess what? I'm sorry, Mel. Don't get on me, but it's not because of the fact that it has my name, but it's something about McDonald's coffee. I don't know. I don't know. They have something. They must have rigged it or something like that because I just can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Can't stop. Welcome, everybody. Listen, I'm not going to hold anybody long. I want to say welcome to Manifest Thoughts Podcast, everybody. And here is where our starting goals is to help 500 people bring their imagination into reality. And for those of them who will come on the line, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Donald Francis, and I'm happy to have you here with much love and gratitude and respect. And I'm not only here on this channel, but also you'll see me with two lovely people that are dear to my heart. And those are those people right there. By the way, Spotify, if you're listening, I want you to know that I won't leave you out on what it is that I show on our screen. You'll find me here at It's Life Podcast with those wonderful two people behind me who should be in front of me, Mr. Ramel Bill and Mrs. Robin Holmes, your sister girl. Also, I'm glad to have my page is still up and running. On our way to 500 subscribers. It's a slow move, but I'm happy that we're on our way there. And we just did some short films on It's All You TV, ITZALLYOU. And it's morning time, y'all. You'll also catch us and also It's Life podcast on Channel 49 TV. I didn't know that they were still showing our content, but they are. And I'm so happy that they are. I'm just happy to have you here for me for the first time. What's up, y'all? Thank you for coming. I am so happy that you're here with us. And like I said, much gratitude, much respect, and I'm just happy to have you here today. Guess what? We're talking, about putting things into action. There's so many people who are asking about what steps do I do to start, my own business, to walk out and step out into the deep and do this and do that, and to just be able to know where to start. Not everybody know exactly where to start, and so today I want to help you out with that and knowing exactly where to start. My boy Rod says, "Okay, I'm drink. Okay, okay, oh, I got you, my guy. I feel you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I know, man. Oh, man, please, man, you got it. Whatever I got, you got, man. So I'm up here talking back and forth. Absolutely, Mel. Definitely got to get you a hat. Good to see you guys on Facebook. Good to see everybody coming in. I'm glad to see you all. Glad to see you all. And I am just so happy, what I'm saying, to have you here. Also, bro, I got to give you the shirt too. What I'm saying? The shirt is also, and we have a lot of ads out for it. And I'm glad that people have been ordering the shirts and the merch and the hats, and just so happy for that happening. And I'm just glad that with much love and gratitude that you support our channel. Listen, got some good stuff for y'all today. Just waiting for other people to come in. I don't want to get started and have to repeat myself because I won't. You have to go back and look at the replay. Happy that it's today. Today is Monday morning. I've never been so happy to face a Monday morning like this in my life. Oh my God. And I'm just so happy. Listen, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I hate Monday. I hate Monday. But Mondays, to me, the day that it goes so fast. It's just Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Sometimes it get kind of crazy, because it get kind of slow, and you're in the middle of the week and you're already used to the week starting, and all that good stuff, and then you feel some of the pressures, and you're like, look, I want to go. Then you get more coffee and more coffee and more coffee before you got you a soda, And before you know it, but listen, y'all, I'm just happy to be back, be here today. And some of these live videos I'll be cutting up and putting on YouTube the way that YouTube would like those performances to be and those platforms to be. So let's get started. I hope that everybody who will come in will be able to catch up. So today we're talking about when people want to turn their ideas and desires into action. They often have various questions and concerns, you know. So for an example, some people are asking, how do I get started on my goals? You know, and so this is what we want to talk about today. We want to be able to give people value and show them, you know, a way that they'll be able to have their goals started. How do I start my goals? And one of the biggest things that you know, we take a look at is it's hard to get started. You know, it's hard to get started. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of the questions that people ask, it really, really vary. You know, about how to get started on goals. Let's take a look at some of the questions that people ask before we get on how do I start my goals. Some people ask, how do I get started? That's number one. And number two, what is the best plan of action for me to actually get started? You know, everybody sometimes asks these particular questions, and it's so big because not everybody know exactly how to get started. Then the other thing is, how can I stay motivated, right, and committed to be able, like, so after I get started, one of the plans that I have to have is the plan to stay motivated, the plan to stay committed, you know, because sometimes you might not get the results that you're looking for right away. You know, I'm a perfect example of that. You know, you might have to have a slow start. You know, not everybody's jumping on, you know, the educational form of teaching and stuff like that. But then again, you have to stay motivated. The way you stay motivated is the kind of fire that you have inside of you. And I'm not even answering the questions. I'm just elaborating. And some people ask, what resources do I need? You know, a lot of times, first of all, you need a pen and paper because anything that's not written is not real. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's not written is not real. You know, pen and paper. You need to know somebody who's in your niche, you know, in your lane, in your field. And you want to ask questions. You want to ask questions to those of them who've been in your lane and in your field for years, you know, so they can show you exactly the most important value you need to know about, you know, what you need to do. And obviously, you know, the times change. We do know that things change. We know that sometimes things are not the way that, you know, that they used to be. So we might have to go another angle. But some of those values and principles, they still work even today, even if you heard someone 10 years before you, because they can show you how to get there faster. So what resources do I need besides a pen and paper? You need to know people, you know, you need to find out, go join classes and stuff like that. Go see who's doing you know, webinars and groups and stuff like that to be able to see the resources that you need. The other thing is, how can I overcome obstacles and setbacks? Chances are you're going to always have obstacles and setbacks. You know, you're going to have obstacles and setbacks in everything that you do. You know, if you don't have obstacles, if you don't have setbacks, then you will never ever gain the muscles that you need in order for you to go further, you know, and move on further, you know, to get to the place of where you need to be. So am I setting realistic goals? You know, and that's the good thing. You know, sometimes people think that when you're setting your goals, that you have to set your standards much lower, you know, but sometimes you have to see the end before you begin anything. Because if you don't know the end result, but take it the fact that there's some people who might not even know the end result. But if you can find and you can know the end result for those of you who already come in with a specific plan, then you'll know exactly how to counteract and how to push out the way some of the obstacles and some of the setbacks. When you have some setbacks, you might have some failures. You know, you might go down a specific road and say, okay, let's see, you know what I'm saying? I'll give it a month and see if this is, you know, going to be tangible, if it's going to be workable, if it's going to be scalable. You know, it might not be scalable for the first month, but is that a reason for you to give up? No, I'm going to tell you the reason why it's not for you to give up, because you have a burning desire in you, according to your vision, according to what you see, where you want to be, according to the general overall destiny of your business, of your book, of your production company, whatever it is. Listen, these are the things that you want to be able to understand and know, because it's the fire in you that's going to keep you going despite the obstacles. Always remember this one thing: there's nothing in the way, there are things on the way. So you're going to always find things on the way, and it might seemingly to be appeared in the way, but no, you take those as nuggets, take those as certain weights that you work, that you lift when you go to the gym, and you're gonna go and after you master the 10-pound weight, you're gonna go to the 20 pounds. There's always going to be obstacles and things that are going to be in the way that might make it look like it's setbacks. You feel what I'm saying? But it's not. Your goals have to be realistic. You see what I'm saying? You have to know exactly where you're going in order for you to know how to set your goals. You might not know every avenue to go down. You might not know that. But if you know what you know for the time being, then you might as well start there. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I do know the things that I need right now at face value and in front of me. Who can I turn to for support and guidance? That's why I said, go look up classes and courses and mentors. Go and talk to people who've been in your niche and your niche. Go and talk to people, that have been doing this for over years. Take nuggets, how they say, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Take the vitamins you actually need. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever, vitamins you need that might be and resonate with you for that particular time and moment, then that's the stuff that you might want to go for. And then to watch this, write down everything so you can come back to whatever it is that's been given to you as a point of reference. Everybody need a point of reference. What is the right timeline for my goals? And that's a good question. You got to see sometimes. Let me tell you, I don't know, what season you might have a fruit stand. There's certain fruit that you might get that might not be in this particular season, but you still get it. We still get certain grapes. There are these grapes that I used to eat and I still eat even to this day. They're from South Carolina. They call them bullet grapes. I call them South grapes, and they are the sweetest grapes, man, that you'll ever have. Sweetest grapes that you've ever had in your life, if you have grown up to have eaten them. And so they're always good around September and or October. It's always good for September and October is always the best time. You feel what I'm saying? Best time to have those, September and October. Sometimes they'll get them like mid-August, and it's not really the season, for them. It's not really the season for them. And when you eat those grapes that's not in their season, they will never ever taste right. So you have to know, that depending upon what your business is, the best timeline to be able to promote your business and sell. You don't want to sell hoodie sweaters in the summertime. You don't want to sell t-shirts and shorts in the wintertime. Although my advice, right, should be they should sell winter garments in the summertime to prepare you for winter in the summer. But we still need to wear summer garments. They should prepare you for summertime in the winter. You see what I'm saying? But we do know that there are people who still live in the moment and they want to buy new winter gear, as it go along. Look at the market, look at the stock market, look at the time and season. If you're in crypto, if you're in, Bitcoin and stuff like that, you need to know the stock market. You need to know your good or the timeline. You know what I'm saying? A show, if you're doing a Broadway show like my sister Yolanda Brathwaite, if you're going to come out with a particular show, you might want to know, well, if I come out with a show in November, then I might want to come out with something that might surround Thanksgiving, which would be for the time. You see what I'm saying? Although you can come out with anything during any God-given time, you just want to make sure that the time that you come out with whatever topic that your show is, that it's scalable, but not only scalable, but it is on time and for the season. So that'll be the right timeline for even that. So much you can do with it, so much, And then some people will ask underneath that, how can I manage time efficiently, effectively? Well, listen, it's always good that we block time, that's why it's always good for you to use your calendar. I don't know anybody who is in business and who CEOs and owners who don't use their calendar. I oftentimes say this, and I heard this from a good friend, and on his channel, and I've been using it so much now, it's become my own, that anything that doesn't get scheduled does not get done. And when you learn how to block time, you feel what I'm saying? When you block time, then you set aside the time to be able to manage your time. I don't know no boxer who practiced his boxing skills in the same month he's supposed to box. It just doesn't make any sense. He started to practice months before the day of the fight to come, because again, you want to be able to gird your body. You want to make sure that everything is fit. You want to get your good night's rest. You want to be eating properly. You want to make sure that you're aware. You want to make sure that you're alive and bright. You know what I'm saying? So again, at the end of the day, when you manage your time and you want to manage it effectively, your calendar work and anything that's not written is not real. You see what I'm saying? Anything that's not written is not real. You need your calendar for everything that you do. You need your calendar. So that's how you manage your time. You see, I don't know sometimes how people, and I'm gonna get off of this, but I don't know how sometimes people can say, yes, yo, let's do it on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely do it on Thursday. And then come Thursday, you call somebody, you say, oh, I forgot I was supposed to. How do you forget you're supposed to anything if you're utilizing your calendar? That's why your calendar is relevant, so that you don't have to say or overschedule. You might not have or could afford a secretary right now. But for me, even for this particular company, this podcast, I've learned how to use what they call Acuity. And you send your link to the person that you're gonna, invite or you're gonna interview, and Acuity will let that person know what days are good because you put that in your calendar, and what days are not good for them to come onto the platform. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe you can find a digital secretary. They have so many different digital softwares out there that will help mend and mind your calendar, so that you'll be able to manage your time. You feel what I'm saying? So time management are good for your goals. How can I balance my goals, right, with life responsibility? Okay, just answered your question again. Listen, you need to block out time by utilizing your calendar. Anything that's not scheduled will not be fixed and or worked on. Listen, you might have children. Your responsibilities may be children, and you might have a 7-month old, you might have a 2-year old or a 3-year old. Well, you have to modify that particular time because, listen, if you know what their schedules are according to sleep, while you're babysitting during the day, then you might need to block out time for that. But if you have a whole bunch of stuff on your schedule, you have a whole bunch of stuff that's on your timeline, and what I'm saying, and on your calendar. My suggestion to you about how you manage time and block out time and find balance is you don't just attend to everything that you're doing right now until you can get your time freed up. Thank God that when my wife and I had our 2 children, you feel what I'm saying, one obviously is older than the other, but now they're both teenagers. At one time we could not block time to do this. I could care less at one time about MySpace or YouTube or Facebook. I didn't care anything about social media. I wasn't a digital person at all. So when we were having our children and raising our children, it was still raising them, thank God, by the grace. But when they were not able to fend for themselves, I wouldn't think about nothing. I wouldn't think about my own business and nothing like that, because I didn't have time. My business was, working a secular job, getting stuff done for the kids and all of that. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, nah, man, I ain't doing nothing. I wasn't even interested. Heck, I wasn't even interested in cameras. It didn't happen until the pandemic. You see what I'm saying? But to balance out your goals and your responsibilities, if you don't have children, it's just good that you use your calendar. Write things down. I like the way the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain upon table, so that those that may run will read it, or read it will run. Either way, you see what I'm saying? So yeah. So again, it's always good to know that these are the questions that people are asking in order for them to pursue their goals, in order to pursue what it is that they want. You feel what I'm saying? And to do it, but to learn how to manage time. Time management is everything. You feel what I'm saying? So know how to write stuff down. And I think that especially as a African American people, as a Hispanic people, as a Caucasian people, as Asian people, no matter what you do, some more than others know how to manage time. I was just at the studio yesterday, just doing some stuff to help out with some of the instrumentals and other stuff, because I'm working on short films and skits and stuff like that, trying to get all that stuff out the way so that I won't have to worry about owning rights to my music or trying to get rights to music that I want on the show or on the platform or whatever the case may be. I'd rather do it. Thank God, God gave me the ability to play, and so for me, I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I need to do so that I won't have to worry about being taken down for no reason except that it be bad content, in which I hope that we have family friendly content. But again, I think that I remember, like I said, I was going to the studio yesterday and the engineer, his name is Chemo. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to Chemo. He's a really, really good guy. And I mean, this guy's one of the best engineers that you'll ever know out there. And he knows his music, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's good to get you a drummer that is an engineer because they'll know beat, they'll know timeline. Excuse me. Excuse me, the timeline. I'm still waking up, as you can see. They know these things. So at the end of the day, I mean, but he said he had some kids before me because we didn't start on time. We didn't start on time only because of the session he had before me that went a little longer because those young people came in late. He says, I gave them a good talking to. He says, I gave them a good talking to about managing your time. He says, see, first of all, I want y'all to understand that my time is valuable. And although y'all want to come in, I know that, you come in and you see what you see on videos, and when you want to come in, to the studio, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do that. But at the same time management is important. You are your own brand. You see what I'm saying? You are your own brand and your own brand ambassador. You see what I'm saying? When you have a business, you have a online business, you have a business that, that you're doing rather it's your barbershop, rather you're writing your book, you want to do a YouTube page, teaching Bible study, whatever it is that you want to do. Listen, I want you to know, I'm saying, that you are your own brand. So what you have to do is be on time. Before time is on time is late. You get what I'm saying? And while you're on time, understand that when people see that you're prompt and you're timely, they will take you seriously. You see what I'm saying? Your presentation, except the fact that you're doing something like this and you want to promote your brand, which you'll see a commercial about it or an ad about it soon. You want to make sure that people understand that you are serious. Not only have you got your DC, your LLC, you got your paperwork, you can now hire and fire, whatever the case may be. You saved a ton of money. You have investors that's investing. So rather, social media is going good and or not, you have all of your email lists and you can control stuff even when you're not on social media. Your business is still running and getting revenue because you're on time with everything that you need to do. The other thing that you have to understand about time management is planning. You see what I'm saying? You got to plan. So number 10 says, how can I balance my goals with life's responsibilities? Again, you have to know if you got kids, you're going to have to go according to their schedule. If you got a 3-month-old, if you got a 3-year-old, they require your time. Heck, if you got a dog, a Yorkie, they require your time. Don't nobody want for you to go and you're presenting and you're online and you're being professional about your presentation, making sure your background's good, making sure your merch is good, your audio's good, cameras and all of your screens and stuff that people don't see that you have to set up before time. You don't want to hear no dog barking in the back. That is so off brand. You got what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you're able to know that your audio's good, make sure that you're doing good, make sure that your brand is together, make sure that you have everything that you need. Watch this. You don't need a camera. You don't need screens. Just get your cell phone, right? Get you a tripod, get you a ring light, get you an external microphone. You feel what I'm saying? Put that together and make it happen. That's what it's all about. So, but today, out of all of these, how to get started, we want to ask the question, and we want to answer this particular question with many reasons and different many templates. And that is, how do I get started on my goals? How do I get started on my own job, my own business? How do I get started on my own tasks? And the first thing I want us to understand is set a goal. How do you get started on your goals? Set one. What do you want to do? You see what I'm saying? Because when you define your objectives, and what you want to achieve, having a clear target will give you a sense of purpose. You see? So again, you want to make sure that you have set goals, your objectives, make sure that your objectives are defined, make sure you know exactly what your target is, if you're starting a YouTube channel, you're starting an online business, who's your target audience? You know what I'm saying? Who do you want to talk to? You know, what do you have to offer? Where do you see yourself going? Where you see yourself being? Because you got to see the end before you start. You see? And for those of you who don't see the end, just press start. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least start. But before you start, poor preparation will prevent, you know what I'm saying, good performance, you know? So if you got proper preparation, it will prevent poor performance. Whew, said it right. You get what I'm saying? So again, set clear goals. You got what I'm saying? Watch this. You want to break down your goals. Whatever your goals are, break it down, you know? Divide your goals into smaller, manageable tasks or set or steps, right? And this will this will help you to understand that your project will help you to feel less overwhelming. So divide the big goals. Remember, we talked about, I think, I think Friday, we talked about the difference between what's a project and what's a task. You know, yes, one might argue that the task is a particular assignment, right? But no, your tasks and your projects are two different things. Your project is the big general overall, you know, the goal of, and by what you want to achieve. But there's certain tasks that you must, you know, complete before you get to the general overall big picture. So you want to divide that big project into smaller tasks so that you'll be able to manage, you know, pursuing and getting to your goal, and it won't be overwhelming. The worst thing you want to ever do is not break down whatever your goals are and be overwhelmed, because when you're overwhelmed, then you'll want to give up, throw in the towel. You know, you need, number one, rest, a good glass or a bottle of water. You know, you need a pen and paper to write down where you want to go. Get the name for your company, you know, get the business aspect out, you know, not just that, but you want to make sure that you break down your goals. And that's breaking down your goals. You want to do everything in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day. And although that's cliche, my friend, I promise you it's so true. So break down what your general overall goals are. You got what I'm saying? So that it will not be overwhelming, so that you could manage your tasks and your tasks will be manageable. You got what I'm saying? So this will help your project make you feel less overwhelming. You always want to feel good in the thing that you do. Let's take a look at the next template. Create a plan. And that's what we're talking about here. You know, create a plan, develop a detailed plan, you see, or roadmap, you know, outlining how you'll approach your goal, right? Identify key milestones and deadlines. Identify that. You want to also always identify key goals and milestones, you know, your milestones and your goals. Make sure that you set dates on things, but know that you have a clear, detailed plan, you know, the what's, when, why, how. You got what I'm saying? What are you going to do, right? When do you want to do it? How you want to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Where do you want to do it? When do you want to get started? You got what I'm saying? Make sure you make that a mandate. Make sure you make that something mandatory so that you'll be able to get started and you know that you have a plan, you have a why, you have a reason. You know what I'm saying? It'll get you pumped up. You're getting up early in the morning, you know what I'm saying, to start your goals and to make sure it gets started and make sure that it's on point. You get what I'm saying? Getting your clothes together, make sure you wash up, brush your teeth, you know what I'm saying, smell good. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to dress for success. You want to make sure that everything you do becomes successful. So not only break it down, but create a plan and make sure that your plan is detailed. Make sure it's your roadmap. Make sure it's your outline on how you want to approach those goals. You know, make sure you have you identify key milestones and deadlines. You know, make yourself accountable enough that you know that this is going to work. It's going to happen for me. And I got to make it work no matter what. Got to put in that time, make sure I make it happen, make sure I make it, you know, what it's supposed to be. Watch this. Set a deadline. Now, this is kind of tricky, and I want you to understand something, my friends. You know, when you set a deadline, right, you want to assign a realistic deadline to your goal and to your timeline. You know, a timeline creates a sense of urgency and accountability. So make sure that when you set your deadline, that you're setting a timeline, and you want to feel a sense of urgency. You want to feel a sense of urgency that you'll also create deadlines. You got what I'm saying? But notice that timelines or deadlines can be tricky. So be careful. It can be very, very tricky. The reason why I say it can be very, very tricky is simply because if you set a deadline and you set the deadline to be too soon, a deadline will make you feel that you failed. You see, it'll make you feel like you failed because you did not have enough time to reach the deadline. That's the reason why, my friends, when it comes down to setting a deadline, you want to make sure that you assign a realistic deadline to your goal. You know, understand how long it may take you. Some people, you might say, well, all right, if I start my deadline, I start my business or whatever, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna see how it takes place within the next 3 months. I'm gonna see what how it's gonna take place within the next 6 months, maybe 6 months to a year, you know. But you want to make sure that you set a realistic deadline, not a deadline like I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna do it next 2 weeks, bang. No, because if you do that, and you fail to reach the deadline, a deadline will make you feel like you failed. So you got to be careful on how you set your deadlines. If you don't set your deadlines realistically, you will fail. And then you'll become overwhelmed. Then you want to throw in the towel and this, then the other. There's so many people on YouTube, so many people on Facebook, so many people are doing certain things. And watch this. I'm going to tell you something. There are people who are scaling their business, their YouTube channel, their Facebook channel. They're scaling it too soon. You're judging it too soon. You got to find the time when you want to go on. That's number one. Find the time when your target audience is going to go on. Find a time, you know what I'm saying, when there should be a deadline or a timeline. Find a time when it should go, you know, when you should pursue, when you should be ready. Find a time when you should promote when you're going to go on. You get what I'm saying? Because see, even around this time, people are sleeping. People are tired, but I'm on. And I'm going to tell you something. When you have the fire, you know, you have that motivation, you're enthusiastic to know breakthrough's going to come, you keep going. You keep going. People are at work, people are asleep, people are doing, but there are people who are retired. And we have a lot of people at my age, according to my analytics, you know, who work from home. There are people who may not be able to see, you know, come in, but they're able to listen, you know, and it's scalable. I promise you, you know, but you got to know how to set realistic deadlines, you know, realistic deadlines. And then here's the next thing. And if I can find my mouse that keep running away from me, watch this. Gather resources. That's what you want to do, you know? Determine what you need to get started. This might include materials, information, or support from others, etc. You know? So understand you have to know, you know, the materials that you need. You know, you need to know the people that you might need to talk to, you know, information that you got to go for, you know, go and get, you know, and seep out. Do your homework. Do your homework. You know, make sure you go and do the research, you know, so that you can find your resources so that later on you yourself can become resourceful. You got what I'm saying? So that you can become resourceful. You got me? So again, listen, use your resources. What kind of material? What do you need? You need books, you need pens, you know, you need YouTube, you need a search engine, you know, you need to get merch, you need to, you know, you need to find what kind of equipment I need, you know, what am I going to do if it's not an online thing, you know? I have to sit down with some investors, I have to sit down with you know, some banking. You got what I'm saying? You have to go do all of this. Go sit down with lawyers. See, I'm going to make sure that my business is legit. You got what I'm saying? Go and sit down with people who are financial managers so that you can, finance what it is that you want to do. Come on, y'all. All of that type of stuff is stuff that you need, in order for you to get started. And no matter what go on social media, you are scalable because you have, something outside of social media for social media to promote. Or you got your barbershop. You got to make sure that you find the place. Find an area. That's another thing too. You want to make sure that the area that you open up a barbershop is needed. You open it up in ministry. You got what I'm saying? Well, what area is it needed? What other religiosities that are out there, that might be competition to you. You open up a restaurant. My boy Ronnie, shout out to my boy Ronnie. He has a restaurant. He's one of the security guards there at 55 Hudson Yards. One of the super. He says, listen, having a restaurant is not easy because you got to sell, you got to buy food, then you got to give food away. You got to come up with all types of sales to be scalable and to get rid of the food that you not waste your money. All of that. I watch a podcast, and maybe you might want to go on too. For those of you who might want to start your own online podcast, go to Social Proof Podcast with my boy Dave and Donnie, which is a young lady. That's Donni, because she's a female. Yo, their podcast is phenomenal, and it is fire. They got their niche. They know exactly what they're going for. You get what I'm saying? So again, understand how to gather your resources, so that you can research everything that you need. Watch this. Eliminate distractions. That's something that's very, very hard. Can I take a sip? It's hard for some people to do when they're not serious. If it's something that you're conjuring up, that you say, I want to try and do, but what you're doing is not you're not going to enjoy what you do. It's one of the worst things that anybody could do is not enjoy what they do. Enjoy what they do. Enjoy what you do. And see, when you enjoy what you do and you become very, very excited, you don't have to try to eliminate distractions. Distractions will fall off for you. You're like, listen, I'm blocking off time on my calendar. It's like we talked about. I'm blocking off time of my day. I'm gonna make sure I got the family time, make sure I got the whatever time. But then when it comes down to the time of planning, I'm cutting off my phone. There's no TV. Heck, there's no YouTube. There's no social media. There's nothing. It's just me. I'm blocking everything out so that I can take care of the stuff that I need to do. Eliminate distractions. Watch this. I'm not going to the club. I'm not going out to eat. I'm not going out to chill. If you're a drinker, you're not going out for drinks. Hey, yo, let's go out for drinks. No. Because what you want to do is that you want to save your money. You know what I'm saying? Because watch this. Your business needs financial support while you still need to support your family. Come on. What are we talking about, y'all? You need to still support your family, y'all. Come on. So you need the resources. You need just resources. You need money. You need scalability. You need to see that if anybody's in your niche, how much are they making per year, which will give you some insight how much you might be able to make per year. You see what I'm saying? If you are scalable, if your content is good, eliminate distractions. That's what we want to do. So listen, y'all, I want to let you know that even though we eliminate distractions, when you plan properly, when you get your notebook, when you use your calendar, block out time, you don't have to worry about eliminating distractions, only because people will know, he or she's doing this around this time, because now they're working on something. And people don't have to know, because one of the keys to success is keeping your mouth shut. Speaking of success, I'm happy that not only am I able to go on live, but I'm able to have audience participation, and this is what takes place in the intro. Hey, exciting news, everyone. We found a brand new way for you to join the conversation right here on Manifested Thoughts Podcast. Now you can call in live while I'm on the air. Just dial 929-394-3382. Share your thoughts, share your ideas, even have some questions for me right here on Real Time. while I'm on the air. I can't wait to hear from you, my incredible listeners, and have all of your voices be a part of our podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So listen, do me a favor. Don't forget to dial in, right? And we'll put our number up, at that time. Do me a favor. Listen, we're live from Facebook. We're live from YouTube. And today we're live from Twitter. Guess what? By tomorrow, we will be live from Instagram. Bars. We'll be live from not only YouTube, not only Facebook, not only Twitter, but we'll also be live off of the gram. But the only thing that's so tricky about the gram is that when you're going through a software called StreamYard, in which I'm going to speak to their representatives and and stuff like that to see the best way that we could have consistency on Instagram through StreamYard. Because for some reason, when I did try it the other night, the only reason I'm not going on right now is because it kept going in and out on me, in and out on me, in and out on me. Not the software, but it didn't show. I was looking, I'm like, wow, where am I? I can't find me nowhere, So, but listen, don't forget to dial in, y'all. And we're going to be, calling from everywhere. And we're just scaling our time to see all of what we can do. So listen, don't forget, eliminate distractions, because when you set, your clear workspace, when you set your clear workspace, of distractions, rather physical, you want to make sure that you even get out the clutter, or digital, social media, notifications, and all of that. Listen, you could eliminate all of the distractions when you click. I'm gonna tell you something. That's another thing about eliminating distractions. Clean up. Make sure that you have a clear space. Because sometimes I can't. Are you like me? I can't. I cannot. Function in a cluttered space. I can't function in a not so clean space. I can't function when there's just too much going on. I got to make sure that the place is mopped. I got to make sure I have smell goods. I like aroma, good smell goods. It make me function good. It modify my mood. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I want to smell is Fabuloso, or cologne or perfume, and the smell of coffee. Bars. That's what I want. The smell of coffee, So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have a clean environment. That's how you also eliminate distractions, because sometimes you're not effective, if you're cluttered, if you got a lot of stuff around, because it's just a reminder of the stuff that you have to do after. And that entail is in the distraction all by itself, So again, let's eliminate distractions. I'm getting hot in this hat here, about to take it off soon, So eliminate distractions. Here's another one that you want to take a look at after we eliminate distractions. But how about get organized? That's also a part of cleaning, that's also a part of cleaning. Listen, use tools like to-do lists. Here we go again. Calendars, or project management software to stay organized, y'all. That's what you want to do. You want to stay organized, right? And track your progress. It's always good that you can track your progress. Stay organized, Again, get a to-do list, get a to-done list. When you deal with a to-do list, and like I said every day, if you get a to-do list, first of all, you want to learn how to master your morning before you get a to-do list, because your to-do list should be done the night before anyway, When you write your to-do list about what's going to happen tomorrow, make sure that you put just enough that you're able to execute. You don't want to put so much on your to-do list that you can't execute. So get a to-do list, get a calendar, get a what we call it? A track or a project management software, something that's going to, like I said, I use Acuity, what I'm saying, that'll help me. Some of y'all do Google Calendar, stuff that you can put. Make sure that you have some type of something that's going to keep you focused and aligned and not off track. If I did not have a calendar to tell me what we talked about last week and the day before that, and the day before that, chances are I might go back on and do it again. It's chances, but because of the fact that I have a calendar, I have a to-do list, I have an advanced to-do list, You see what I'm saying? What's to look ahead? You know how it is sometimes when you're in New York City, for those of you who live in New York City, you take mass transit, you have this particular, this template that'll show you what's next, what stop is next. And then some of us have like the digital, tracker of what the stops are going to be. And then for some reason, it'll just stop the current stops that's coming up, and it'll say looking ahead. So that if you're looking to go to Queens, if you're in Brooklyn and you got to go through Manhattan, you might see the Manhattan stops, but it'll stop you right while you're in Brooklyn and say, look, looking ahead, we are stopping in Queens, because that might be your destination. You need something that can help you look ahead. I have to make sure that I am prioritizing. I have a responsibility as a pastor. I have a responsibility as a father and husband. I have a responsibility of my own business. So I need something that's going to help me scale, but also keep track of my calendar so that I won't, watch this, I won't be doubled or overlaps in scheduling somebody to be a part of the platform. And I asked you and I asked you too. I'm so sorry, but because that's what a calendar is for. A calendar will let you know what time you got to be someplace. Could I give you a quick tip? Here we go. Before time, on time late. If you don't get to the place before the time you're supposed to be there, you're late if you're walking in at the time you're supposed to be there. Listen, me being at the workplace, right? Watch this. I got to make sure that I am here before time to take care of all the preliminaries so that come 10:29, 10:28, I'm already pressed live. You got what I'm saying? So that now people will know that by 10:30, bang, I'm on the air. So what you want to do is get organized. Make sure that you get organized, because if you got a to-do list, you got a calendar, a project management software, to stay organized and on track for progress will do you good. You will not be sorry, and you will thank yourself for doing it later. Here's another thing too. Prioritize, right? Prioritize, identify the most critical tasks, right? And tackle them first. Prioritizing help you focus on what's most important. That is great. Listen, somebody, and I told you I was going to get the person who said this phrase, but for some reason I still didn't get it. Again, I didn't tackle what was hard first, right? And it's not hard at all. But if you work like no other, you can live like no other. You got what I'm saying? So when you prioritize, right, you have to learn how to tackle the hard stuff first. You got what I'm saying? And that's how you know that you're serious, because you're like, okay, I got to make sure I get the paperwork together. That's tiresome. Got to get up early in the morning. That's tiresome. Make sure I got stuff together. That's tiresome. If you are starting your own business and you're a one-man band right now or one-woman band, it's going to be tiresome. It's going to be hard. You have to scale it. You got to make sure that you here we go, block out the time to make it happen. There has to be a schedule. From this time to this time, I'm working on that. And from that time to that time, working on this. Watch this. And then I have rest time. Remember the placebo effect? When you're trying to do what you want to do, you got to work at it. Some of the hard stuff, the tactical things that you can learn. Please do me a favor. Go back to that particular video that I talked about, the placebo effect. And I promise you'll know how to tackle the tasks by prioritizing, tackling the hard tasks first, by breaking the tasks down into small bites, right? And not only that, but knowing the placebo effect, knowing that I know I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be done. It's going to be good, and it's going to work. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what it looked like between right now and later, it's going to work. My own business, however I establish my business, going to go take care of the paperwork. Got to make sure I get the LLC, the DC, the incorporated, the 501c3, whatever you got to go after. Make sure you take care of those things first. Got to put a website out, got to make sure I get the word out, got to put up flyers, got to do commercial videos, got to do something to make sure that people are notified about the business. Making sure that this is something that's also scalable, that this is something that people are looking for. They need self-development. People need mental health. People need to know that they're on the right track. Sometimes it's not even about teaching and coaching. It's just about confirmation and affirmation. You feel me? To be able to affirm for people. Wow, they're talking about what is it I'm looking for. That's what I needed to hear. Right. So I am on the right track. Prioritize, make sure you identify the most critical task. Tackle them first. Let me say something. You take care of the hard stuff first, you'll be able to live easy. If you take care of the easy stuff first, you're going to live the hard way. So it's good to just tackle what you got to tackle and take care of it and so that you can live easily. After you do that, here's what happens, y'all. Take the first step. You got to take the first step. And sometimes the first tackle is taking the first step. That could be the hardest part, of starting. It is the most often hardest part of starting. Taking the first step. Just take a small step, initial action, and so that you can make sure that you take little steps so that you can gain momentum when you take the first step. It's like a baby being born, a baby taking his first steps. You got him by the arm, or you got her by the arm, taking her first step, seeing what it is so that her mind can program, or his mind can program how it is to walk and to get the gist of the idea. And all of a sudden, you let them go and they run off. You're like, whoa, you were just walking. How is it that same young baby that was walking, and first of all, let me tell you something. Before you take the first step, you got to learn how to crawl. Crawling is prioritizing, getting organized, eliminating distractions, gathering your resources. This was the crawling. Setting a deadline, create a plan. You know what I'm saying? Break the plan down, break the goal down, and have a goal, set a goal, because that's the stuff that people are asking for. Those are the crawling steps. You see what I'm saying? After you've crawled a little, it is time for you to get up. After you've, achieved all of those particular steps that we talked about, then it's time for you to take your first step. And you want to take little itty bitty steps, so that you can start to gain momentum, on what it is, and so that you'll know how it feels. Nothing like trying out the vehicle. Let me give you a good tip about taking the first step. I'm drinking my coffee. I want you to know that if we are smart, no matter how bad your job is, no matter how messed up the people who are superior over you are, you got to learn how to stick it out so that you can earn what you need. Because if you want to be somebody who start their business, the first thing in your mind, according to your goal, is I'm starting a business, but I'm going to get me a goal. I write down a goal according to that business. Watch this. Then now I am fired up to get that business going, but I'm fired up to be able to take little baby steps toward that goal. Watch this. You might have a job and you're like, wait, but I want to know how it feels to be able to work for myself every single day. I want to know how it feels to be able to do something I love, something I'm happy about. Go in and to imagine and envision that this is what I'm about to manifest. See, manifestation, before you even put things to work, you got to already feel yourself doing it. You got to see yourself doing it. You got to put yourself in the place of doing it so that when it's time for you to put these things into action, you are already fired up because you have some sense of how it feels. And to be able to sit and be your own boss and be able to write your own check to yourself and to be able to have the money that's already generating. But watch this. When you start your own business, make sure you try the vehicle out. If you got a bunch or a ton of, PTO, which is paid time off, take a week off and stop thinking about, oh, the money I'm losing. Listen, you're going to have to spend money in order for you to make money. Am I spitting bars? You got to spend money in order for you to make money. How are you going to take the steps if you can't spend the money to take the steps? You can't find, my friend, the easier way out. You feel what I'm saying? You take the easier way out. If you ever bought some cheap merch, if you ever bought some cheap jewelry, have you ever bought some sneakers that cost $1,000, but they only charge you $200? You have to check some of that and see if the value is real. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if the value is not what the value is supposed to be, then they'll come down from that value. But if you know you're selling something that is of the value that you're selling it for, you'll never ever argue the price. You'll never ever come down because you know the quality and by which you're about to give. If I'm giving you value and you're on the replay, you'll give me the hearts, you'll give me the thumbs up, somebody say something to me. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you try the vehicle out first. Try it out. That's the first step. Take off. Take off work. Look, I'm getting some PTOs because I'm still getting paid, but I am not going to stay home sitting on my black behind. You know what I'm saying, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it the next day. You ain't ready. You ain't ready to start no business. You ain't ready to be accountable. You ain't ready to scale up and level up. You ain't ready for that. So stop fooling yourself. If when you're ready, nobody's ever going to have to pump you up to be ready. Nobody will ever have to pump you up to be ready because you're already ready. What happened when? Oh, yeah, I'm on it. What's up? What we doing? And then I'm going to tell you another thing that makes you ready to take the first step. And that's something that we've already talked about. And that is create the plan. Create your plan, yo. If you don't have a plan, then you're never going to be confident in the thing that you're trying to pursue. You'll never take the first step if you don't have a plan. Everything has to have a plan. Some people say, oh, I got it right here in my head. I know exactly what I'm going to do. No, but you know what? You need a to-do list, but more so, you need a checklist. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. Everybody need a plan and they need a checklist. You don't have a checklist to check off the things that you need to check off to make sure you're on a straight and narrow, then you're going to miss some steps and you're going to feel horrible. And you know what that leads to? Burnout. It's going to lead to, I want to fail and give up. It's going to lead to, I'm going back to what it is that I came from. I'm going to beg for my job back. Fat chance on that. But listen, let me tell you something. When you get a taste of scaling and doing the right thing and taking the first step, after a while, it's like a cold, pool of water. You get in, you're real cold and trembling. But the longer you stay in, the more and more that the temperature change according to your body type. If I'm spitting bars, please, somebody in the replay, tell me, talk to me, talk to me. One more tip real quick, and I'm going to go back to one of our ads. Look, then establish a routine. Everybody needs to establish a routine. Create a regular schedule for working on your project. Consistency can make it a habit. This is what you want to become a habit, your routine. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm learning how to master my mornings. Get up early in the morning. Might have gone to bed a little later, but get up early in the morning. Have my merch together, have whatever it is that I need packed together to get to where I need to go, to get to the studio here. Make sure that everything is together. Make sure that everything is in its proper place so that it can look at like a specific thing. I want to make sure that my money's together. Make sure that my merch is together. Make sure that my transportation and my route is together. Make sure I take a good walk. You feel what I'm saying? Stretch after I say my good prayers to the good Lord to say, thank you for allowing me to see another day. You feel what I'm saying? Eat a nice, good, healthy breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Get you some coffee, whatever the case may be, and make sure that everything that you're doing is that you're not rushing. Make sure you never, ever rush. So establish a healthy routine. So when you establish a routine, will create a regular schedule, right? Working on your project, and consistency can make it a habit. The more you do, maybe it's because of the fact that I'm much older now. I'm not too sure, but yo, I can't stay in the bed past 7 a.m. I can't do it. I cannot stay in the bed past 7 a.m. I cannot. I refuse because come 9 o'clock, I feel that the day's over. That's me because I'm fired up about what it is that I need to take care of, that I want to take care of. I'm fired up to do it. Fired. Oh, snap. But I'm fired up to do what it is that I want to do so that I could establish my routine. It's always good to know that when you establish a routine, when you establish your business, the routine that you follow, people now are able to follow that routine and know your language. I tell my young brother, Wise the God, he's a good dude. And I says, you want to make sure that your marketing is on point because he's going to go far. He's somebody who need to be on pictures. He's somebody who need to be on social media. He's somebody who need to be in movies or someplace out there in a celebrity world because he is celebrity status. And that's no denying that. But at the same time, no matter how good you are, say as far as your imaging and stuff like that, we still got to have a plan and we still have to have marketing. You always want to be in the face of people. Always want to be. Every time they turn on social media, there he goes again. YouTube, there he goes again. LinkedIn, there he goes again. Twitter, there he goes again. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are everywhere, and in your kind of way, you're being an infinite. You know what I'm saying? Not finite, but infinite, So yeah. I want to go to the next ad and we'll be right back after this. Calling on all New Yorkers. Are you tired of traffic and delays when traveling to LaGuardia Airport? Well, look no further than Blade Helicopter Company. They're here to revolutionize your journey. With Blade, you can skip all the hustles with traditional transportation and arrive to LaGuardia Airport with style. Some of the features you'll come across: time-saving convenience. Blade offer a swift, direct route to LaGuardia Airport, cutting your travel time significantly. Luxury and comfort. Enjoy a luxurious and comfortable helicopter ride with their top-of-the-line aircraft. Safety first. Blade prioritizes your safety with rigorous maintenance and expert pilots. Breathtaking views. Experience stunning views and landscapes as you soar to LaGuardia Airport. Flexible scheduling. Choose a departure time that suits your schedule, and they'll be there to take off. So look, don't waste precious time stuck in traffic. Elevate your travel experience with Blade Helicopter Company and arrive to LaGuardia in just 5 minutes. Book your flight now. Fly with you. Hey, boom, 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 boom. And don't forget, y'all, if you're in the area of Hudson Yards, you're right there at 30th Street, 11th Avenue, right there in the West Side Highway. If you go down, you're only about 2 blocks away. If you go down to the port to go and get you and purchase you a ticket, if you put in the code or use the code, even if you're online, if you use the code Donald FNF, Donald Francis, and more Francis, for $50, you get $50 off of your first airport flight. If you utilize Donald F and F. So I'm happy about that. Blade is dope. They're a good company, good people. I love the staff, Anthony, CJ, Kyle, Jordan, all my people. I love them there. Mr. Rob, he is a phenomenal CEO and coach. And I'm going to try to have him to come on our platform so that he can teach you not only about, starting your own business, but how to scale, how to, get the money and how to regenerate the money, and how to get paid for it. You get what I'm saying? So again, I want to be able to talk to him. Can't wait to do that. I mean, he's a really, really good person and I love Blade. Listen, if you have anything else that you want to say, any comments, you like and you're getting value, please let me know that you're getting value out of this particular content. And I'm going to be putting this content in some of the packets of our bundle, our Manifested Thoughts bundle that we'll give to our subscribers and all of those of them who will join us and will join also our email list. So don't forget, y'all, take the first step, and establish your routine. We're about to land a plane in a few seconds, but before we do that, I wanted to just give some love and show some love to my sister, Yolanda Brathwaite, who have a beautiful production when her production's out. Matter of fact, her production will be at a theater near you. I seen her Diary of a Grown Girl. I said woman yesterday, so sorry. But yeah, Tales of a Grown Girl, not Diary. That's more of a Tyler Perry situation. But yeah, Tales of a Grown Girl, and it is phenomenal. But I want to bring to you her trailer, about her show and how excited everybody is about that. Stay tuned.
Yeah, everybody hands up like this. Yeah.
Hey yo, a party ain't a party till Yolanda come through with Tales of a Grown Girl. Y'all know how she do.
Y'all already know what's up, man. Trey Chaney, BMF, The Wire, Saint Sinners, Tales of a Grown Girl. We hosting it right now.
Do with Tales of a Grown Girl. Y'all know how she do. Coming soon to a city near you. Bone Girls, NYC, that's how she do. MC Heaven's in the house. Be at
we live and direct. We about to set it off. Great play. I'm hoping everybody loves it.
Thanks for the opportunity to be in your
excellent. The play is excellent.
Deep message, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Very deep.
Houses, the Long Island, God always had you. You share your life, bright lights and stages. May the Lord protect you from the haters in the
phenomenal cast. Gonna do their thing. I got a wonderful director. This is gonna be played. So, so I hope y'all like the music and everything. Stay tuned.
You thanking my friend
Serena for bringing me to DJ Zon.
It's rocking on the ones and twos.
Definitely come out and see it.
Thank you.
So I'm coming to a city near you.
Yo, a party ain't a party till Yolanda come through it.
Tales of a Grown Girl, y'all know how she do.
See, a party is a party when Yolanda come through. Tales of a Grown Girl, y'all know how she do. I like that. That's cool. At first I was like, all right, cool, it's cool. But I'm starting to like it that much more. Yeah. So listen, it'll be at a theater near you. Anytime that she have a next production and stuff like that, I'll make sure that I get in touch with her so that she will be able to keep us abreast of what she's doing. And let me tell you, it's always good to support your own, y'all. It's always good to support the people, that are your own, support your people, not only because of ethnicity, but because they're just good people. I support good people, no matter what your ethnicity is, no matter where you are. I just support good people, and I'm glad about this. So listen, we're gonna have the last two tips. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna land the plane and show you our last ad after the next two. And so yeah, don't forget, y'all, establish a routine, because when you establish a routine, it's always a great thing, because again, when you create a regular schedule, that's what you'll do even in your business. You establish a routine for yourself personally. You just translate what you do personally into your business by allowing for, what you do. Like, so you got a certain time that you open up, got to be open up. You can get sued for false advertisement, especially when you're a legit business. So always keep that in mind as well. So don't forget, on time is on, before time, on time is late. Let's go to the next one, y'all. Visualize success. So I like this because, and it's one of my personal favorite templates right here, because you have to imagine, right, the positive outcomes of completing your project. Visualization, can boost motivation. Can I talk? Visualization can boost motivation. So imagine. You have to see it before, like, you begin. You get what I'm saying? And that's where your excitement comes from. I got to tell you, I'm going to take off my glasses when I tell you, because I'm really passionate about vision and knowing, what the end goal is going to be. If you think about perhaps some of the things and the obstacles that you may have to face, which might be one of the fears, if you keep thinking about the outcome and what is going to be at the very end of this project. Notice it's a project. It's not an assignment. It's a joy It's a love, it's a laughter. Yes, some of the things that you might have to face will become muscle, muscle vitamins and muscle medicine. And you might not show that much excitement that you would have shown before you started the process of your own business or your own pursuit. And again, you can produce wealth even while being on the job that you're on. You just have to know how to be top of the line in your department in order for you to understand wealth. Some people might have to be let go and fired and part ways in order for you to be provoked by default to start your own business and your own, your own thing, because God knows, your higher power and your own being know that there's certain things that you're doing that you are sitting on. And just like someone, a pregnant woman who got to give birth to her child, you got to give birth even to your business. Come on, you know what I'm saying? And there's a due date on that. But sometimes if you procrastinate, and by the way, go back and look at, our rendition on procrastination. Can procrastination be transformed into being a productivity tool? Can I talk? A productivity, tool, or can it always be a hindrance? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I stayed up a little later than usual getting this content. Can, procrastination be a productivity tool, or is it always a hindrance? Go back and take a look at that. I promise you, again, procrastination is something that will be the killer to everybody's, business and stuff like that. But again, remember, visualize what it is that you want. Visualize how it's going to be. See it, sit back, meditate. It is good that you visualize these things. You know why? Put my glasses on. I want to read what I have written here for you, because when you imagine the positive outcomes of completing your project, visualization can boost your motivation. So when you envision what it is that you're going to do, your motivation, it should motivate you to be like, yo, I got to do this paperwork. I just sat and I watched that TV episode. Dad, just 2 seconds behind now. You got what I'm saying? You want to grind, but don't grind so much that you experience burnout. You want to grind in perspective, and you want to put your emotions and your enthusiasm and all of that in perspective. How do you do that? Create a calendar. Create a to-do list, create a to-done list, and know that even though your emotions and even though, your motivation might make you feel like, oh, if I don't do nothing today, if I don't do this, that I'm going to be behind time. No, then you're going to fail. You're going to have burnout. You're going to have everything. But listen, write down your goals. Write down what you want to achieve during the day, what I'm saying? And then conquer that. Let that be motivation for you, and envision and say to yourself, I am already one step closer to the end goal. Go find a vision board. You feel what I'm saying? Go find things that will remind you of what your end goal is. And listen, even if it's in somebody else's niche, even if it's in somebody else's lane, let me tell you something. Only amateurs borrow, but professionals, they steal until they perfect that and make it their own. You got what I'm saying? You'll get that. Just don't forget to join my masterclass on, the cake method. So again, visualize your success. You gotta see it before you begin. You gotta see the end. It's always good that you see the end before you begin. I'm gonna tell you something. It's a template that I want to put in the description, that if you can't visualize the end goal, then maybe there's some type of mix up with clarity about where you want to go and how you want to get there. So the who, what, where, when, and why is the thing that you want to fill out. Who's your target audience? Why do you want to do this? Is it for financial freedom? Is it to help other people? Is it you want to, leave a legacy with your family? What is it? What you have to know why. You got what I'm saying? You have to know why. If you don't know why, then you are heading into the wall. After you find out your why, find out who your target audience or your target clients are going to be. Think about the person that they are. Think about what they'll need. And then, in business and in marketing, you give people all the information they want You feel me? But you may have to sell them what they need in order for you to make the profit that you're looking for. So listen, envision it. Just see it. See the end goal. So that when obstacles come, yo, listen, it's worth it. It's worth it. This is not in the way. This is what I have to encounter on the way. Hope you're getting value, y'all. Listen, also, limit self-criticism. Stop criticizing yourself. Listen, sometimes we have the ability to judge our project, our product, our business, our book, our online course. We have the propensity and the ability to judge it too soon. Dude, it's only been a week and a half. Dogs, it's only been a month. Yo, it's only been 2 months. What are we talking about? What do you mean? I'm not where I'm supposed to be yet. And I'm going to tell you where that mentality come from. You are too busy looking at everybody else. You're too busy facing everybody else. Why are you looking around when you should only be focused on what you're doing? Let me tell you something. Colgate don't know nothing AIM is doing. It's McDonald's don't care about nothing Burger King is doing. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the reason is because they're too busy focusing in on being the better them. You feel me? You don't have no competition. The only competition you have is you. You're the only competition. And if you join the nocebo effect with negative connotation, with negative thought, with negative comment, criticizing yourself, saying it's never going to happen. Can I tell you something, my friend? Chances are it's not going to happen because you keep saying it. And sometimes you speak things into fruition because you speak to your ear, into your mind, and then your mind go to your heart. And now everything you said the first time now becomes believable because it got into your heart. And then now you manifest failure and doubt. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're not true to what you believe, even if you're producing good results in the moment and in the season, thank God for my friend Peter Vu. He'll tell us that your mind will find a way to fail. You getting the revenue, you getting your customers, your YouTube's looking good, social media looking good, your website looking good, people, you got traffic flow going everywhere. And even in the midst of that, because you keep speaking doubt to your ear, that'll go to your mind, that'll go to your heart. And out of the heart, your mouth will speak it, and now you mean it again. And guess what? Now your mind, in the midst of doing good, will find a way to fail. Yo, if I'm showing you value, yo, hit that button and tell your boy he is on fire. Because I'm not only telling you this because I'm saying it, because I know this because of experience. I know what it is to talk yourself out of stuff that you could have had afforded to you. Talk yourself out of the benefits. It's crazy. It's crazy. So listen, stop with the criticism. Don't be too hard on yourself. Accept that you might make mistakes along the way, but learn from them. You're going to make mistakes along the way, but learn. You never lose. You always learn. You got to accept, I'm going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Listen, maybe Donald, we shouldn't be on at 10:30. Maybe we should be on 10:30 p.m. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe we shouldn't be on, you feel what I'm saying? Take the steps, my friend. You feel what I'm saying? Make the steps, but don't be scared of failure. You know, there's an acronym. Thank you, Mr. Sean Cannell. I don't know where he read it from, but either forget everything and run or face everything and rise. You know what I'm saying? Which one would you want to do? Think about the placebo, nocebo effect. Whatever you decide is what you're going to do. But you have to make the decision, yo, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell you something. When you come up with new ideas and you come up with, a vision, always remember that these three things are going to happen. First, you're stupid for doing it. You stupid. Everybody gonna think you crazy. What? You ain't got the money to do it. What you talking about? What? What? And you gonna do it now? It's not the right time to do it. What? What? And then that turns into, I'm seeing some progress. You might be serious. Because the first time, people might think you're not serious about what it is that you're doing. You might not be consistent with what it is that you're doing. So long have I been so inconsistent or inconsistent to the point that I've missed out on so many opportunities that I vowed I'm not going to ever do that again. And I don't care who's in my circle to tell me it can't happen. Although I don't have anybody in my circle, I thank God for the support. You feel what I'm saying? I just know how to work smarter and not harder. And that is try out the vehicle first. See what you get. Try out the different time zones. See where you get the most response. See who's asking for what color of the merch, what color of the what time the business. See, and that's why I'm so grateful for barbershops. I'm so grateful for those of them who work in hospitals and stuff like that. You know, because again, you're never ever going to go out of business. You just got to know that it might be long, drawn out waiting time, you know, before you get clients. But then after a while, you notice that on a Saturday, everybody's coming through. Well, then maybe we should dial down on that. Try it out first. Try out new things. Be safe, but try it out first. You feel me? You know, go take some PTO on your job and say, "Nah, I'm going to take a week off." Don't tell nobody what you're doing, but try out working for yourself for a week and see if it's scalable and if it's doable. Run it by a couple of people you know that you can trust, because the key to success is keeping your mouth shut. But just because you do not see traffic flow, you know, or if you don't see anything happening right away, don't be critical to yourself. Give yourself some time. Y'all bugging out. It's been 2 weeks, only a month, and now you want to throw the towel in. Y'all bugging. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Understand, accept that hard times are going to come. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to accept that you might have some dry times, but if you stay consistent and stick it out, before you know it, you get breakthrough. That's all right, people. Listen, we're about to land the plane, but let me go to our last ad and I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, listener? Do you want to support Manifested Thoughts podcast in style? Well, I've got something special for you today. Introducing our Manifested Thoughts podcast t-shirts and hats. Well, our t-shirts are available for only $25 and our stylish hats are available for only $35. To place your order, go to manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. We have all different types of stylish colors just to suit your personal taste. So order now and don't miss out. And thank you for supporting Manifested Thoughts podcast. So listen, y'all, thank you so much for your support in advance, you know, with much gratitude, much love. You know, that's where you want to go right there to manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com for you to purchase the merch that we do have. I have it looks white, but I have a cream shirt on today before I had the white shirt. And of course, we have the hat. And if you can go right there to manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com and let us know what your size is. Let us know how you want to. We could tell you exactly how we could make the preliminaries happen for you to get your merch, and so that'll help us out also with our platform. It'll help us out with putting our new things up and bringing you great value, and it'll also help us out because I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. For those of you who are on YouTube, who are subscribers, those of you who follow us on Facebook and stuff like that, I want you to know that we want to give back to our community, and that helps us to have our email list. I have a staff that's potentially going to help me out, with our email list and email address to send you, all notifications and stuff that we're doing and stuff that we're doing even behind the scenes, because there's a lot of stuff. We'll be traveling, doing some things, and maybe locally, maybe for Jersey, because we're from Brooklyn, that's where we're stationed. Maybe we'll be going to Jersey, maybe we're going to Florida, maybe going to Georgia, going certain places to be able to interview certain people, who got businesses and stuff like that. People who have manifested stuff, not people who are manifesting and are still in the process. but we're going to talk to you and bring you some real value. And I want to go and talk to some of the business owners, who are up Fulton Street and stuff like that, how they scale, every single day, how many hours they put in. You might want to start your business. I want you to learn how to manifest certain things by putting things into action and stepping out, on faith, stepping out on your belief, knowing the placebo effect, knowing that when I step out, I'm going to face some challenges. Yes, it may be hard. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying that it can happen. I'm saying that it can take place, So again, manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. And you'll see me sometimes at different places where they're having events, and I'll be out there interviewing certain people, making sure that we're scaled to bring you the best quality, bringing you into people's homes, into people's businesses, knowing the best cars and Rolls Royces, and hopefully going to certain people where we're still working. I have some of my people and some of my staff to reach out, but we're going to, bring you good quality stuff that you will be interested in. Going out in the street, talking to people, myself, and I love doing stuff like that, and asking them about the next topic and stuff like that. And I pray that you will be blessed by it, and that'll motivate you to tune in, because I'm thinking about what you will need in the season, even for schools. I want to talk to you who are parents and knowing how to find the best schools. My wife is a phenomenal second grade teacher and stuff, and she's a stickler about education, and what you want to do to be able to help your kids so that they will become the best them that they could ever be. So what I get some requests sometimes about the kind of topics to talk about that people may be interested in. Also, these lives that we're going through and the stuff that we're doing, these are instructional videos, so that we can have these as a point of reference, and so that we can also pack them in a bundle, package them, well, so that you'll be able to get the stuff that you need and why you need them, and what's for your PR, your personal record, self-development, a clear mind, clear conscience, good health, and all of that, so that you'll be able to manifest and put things into action. That's what manifestation is. Strategies, self-help strategies to put things into action. Yo, I hope that you've enjoyed our presentation today. This is your boy Donald Francis, and let me know where you've seen our replay, rather you're on Facebook, rather you're on YouTube, rather you're on Twitter, whatever social media, rather it's something that we sent to you in your email. Let us know where you've seen this, and put something in the chat. Let us know that you're here and that it is worth us going on today. Listen, it's your boy Donald Francis. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy. I'm always super pumped, always happy to be with you. You know what I'm saying? I feel accomplished every time we come to the end of our broadcast. Listen, this is nothing but the art, the art of setting goals and tasks to execute them so that you'll be able to start strong and finish even stronger. This is your boy Donald Francis, where we're helping people bring their imagination into reality. I am over and out. Love you much, man.